NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're off and running here, and let's take you down to the action at hole number 1. Getting ready to get the tournament started. Frank, first tee jitters?
Oh, everybody gets them. That's the beauty of it. If you don't, you shouldn't be playing this game. Just try and think nice and slow. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well played here. Went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, the time is now to start making birdies, and there we go. One on the board, and suddenly inside the top 20.
Yeah, nothing to be ashamed of in that, but really, you've got to be aggressive from here on in.
I like the looks of this one. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll. That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Par 4 third here at Bay Hill. This is a hole where you do not want to miss left. 434 yards and plenty of water.
Don't look left, don't hit it left, don't play left, don't go left.
All right, hold on here, son. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash it as far as she can hit it.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big.
Whoa, that is long.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Frank, this is one of my favorite shots on the course here at Bay Hill, the second at number 3. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the 4th hole. It's par 5, the first one on the golf course, and Frank, a really good scoring opportunity.
Certainly is. 2 bunkers down the left. Just want to keep it inside that. If you flare it a little right, there's a hazard that just sneaks up on you.
What a tremendous display of power and precision. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, that is an eagle with a capital E. It is exciting and into the top 5.
Good jump up the leaderboard.
5th hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Moves into the lead with that eagle.
Huge putt.
On to the par 5, 6th hole. This is one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill. Frank, what does it take to stay out of trouble on this hole?
Well, I always thought horseshoes were lucky. The 6th hole shaped like a horseshoe is anything other than that. You fear a little left and big problems.
Are you kidding? kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Big swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an even coming up. Frank, it's one thing to jumpstart your round. This would ignite the round.
Yeah, you don't normally see two par fives back to back, so the chances of having consecutive eagles is so rare.
Now at the par 3-7, Frank, it's just under 200 yards.
But it's still quite daunting. A very narrow entry on that left side, so you've got to hit the ball flush off the tee. Really guarantee a carry of that over that right bunker. So it's still a daunting tee shot.
Appears to be tracking well. Well, that's just a tee to green clinic, a seminar on how to do it the right way. Every single green in regulation. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker. But this is one fairway you must hit because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course.
The second shot now to the par 4.
Should be safely on deck.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. What's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Strong approach shot here at the 9th, and a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie. These putts keep the round together. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. fire.
Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions, not trying to fight the win, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That par putt.
Two bunkers down the right, they always catch the stray tee shot, but once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, the second shot here at number 11, another good-looking shot, not unlike the third hole with water along the left. What's the right way to play this?
Obviously, you'd like to walk off 11 with 3, but 4 here never really hurts the scorecard. This is one hole you sort of play with an orange light feeling. A little right of the flag, that's absolutely fine.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Good chance here. I mean, almost hard to believe, 13 under already. Frank, now we're at the 574-yard, par 5 12th. How critical are the par 5s if you're trying to put a score on the board here at Bay Hill?
They're crucial, Rich, because the par 4s are very, very difficult. So anytime you get a par 5, really got to take advantage of it.
Good-looking swing right there, Frank.
Textbook. I love the grip, very neutral. Excellent posture in that. It probably just seems to glide through the hitting area.
Now the second shot to the par 5. What a shot, setting up for an eagle here. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good putt. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
That's a nice spot right there in the fairway here at 13. Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
Second shot. great too.
Beautiful. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
It's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. Well, even though there's two bunkers, one on the left and one on the right, it's the shortest of the four par fives. You can almost take those out of play and have just a mid-iron in here. But we all know what's coming up.
Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Has it stopped yet? It's still going.
That's in the fairway. Frank, this is really one of the fun spots on the golf course. The second shot here to the par 5 16th.
It is. It's a cool vista when you're hitting that second shot across the lake. Another high-hanging second shot is really the way to play it. That flag on the left, you've got to make sure you take enough club to at least carry the front third of this green.
What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. So they'll tap in. Has it. Good putt right there. Back on the tee here at the 16th. It's a par 5. Bunkers, water all along this hole. Doesn't look to be a gimme par 5.
Now, you've got to have your wits about you. If you just look at the yardage, you'll think it's the easiest par 5 on the golf course. And then, before you know it, it's got you.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Drops it in for birdie. Frank, a chance now to make an imprint here at one of the famous courses on tour, Bay Hill, the final hole. This is where Tiger has done it so many times, where Gomez holed out. What a great hole.
Well, the last hole of a great 3-hole stretch. If you've got through 16, somehow got through 17, you've still got one more hurdle.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
This tournament has such a rich history. When you look at the list of multiple tournament winners here at Bay Hill, names like Ernie Els, Tom Kite, Lauren Roberts pop up. They've all won it twice. And then there's one guy who obviously stands above everyone.
Yeah, Tiger Woods winning here 8 times. Obviously, the golf course is perfect for him, but it's the stature of the event. The Arnold Palmer Invitation has gone on for so long. It's one of the events that you look forward to. You know what the golf course is like, but also you know what's required to play well there.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Excellent opening tee shot right in the fairway. I have this at about 125 yards. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot. And a great start.
Back to the action here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Second hole, it is a pretty demanding par 3, Frank.
Goal really is to just carry that front bunker or sneak it a little right of that and try and cheat it around.
This one has a chance to be close. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. Frank, now to the third hole, and where's the trouble here? That's fairly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to remind yourself of. There's a bunker all the way down the right side. That's a good place to aim.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300. It's close to 310.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. So a tester from 4 feet.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance.
The ball just took off the face.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, how impressive is this performance so far?
You've got to tip your hat. Really, just played good from the first hole on. Rhythm's good. Hit a lot of good shots. Very smart, very smart decision making as well.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up. Locked in on the read and the speed. Beautiful touch, nice putt. Fifth hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea.
Frank, what about this approach shot here at the 5th?
One of the few holes where you get a short iron in your hand for that second shot, but that green slopes away at about a 45-degree angle to the right, which makes distance control paramount here at 5.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, this is a big, brawny par 5, and it can be menacing just looking at it from the tee with all of that water.
It's also tempting, reachable for the longer hitters, unless your name's John Daly, who took a whopping 18. So better than that, you're better than John Daly.
I don't see what's wrong with 18. If you break it down, that's 3 pars and an eagle. That's pretty good.
It is, but you're still playing the same hole.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
She just played a wonderful shot from back there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. And Frank, this is just an absolute bludgeoning right now. An eagle, and the lead widens. Well, after that beast of a par 5, Frank, it is time to finesse one up on the green here at the par 3-7, just a little under 200 yards.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green. Flag's above it, and then you've got to be really precise. If it's short of it, you can use that mound as a backstop. Now, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. That is classy.
There's a chance of going in.
This will be a birdie if it drops. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
This is the second shot at the par 4. This is a good-looking shot. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That shot falls for a birdie. It's a consistent theme here at Bay Hill, if you can carry it 300 yards.
Bay Hill always favors the longer hitter.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. See if our featured player can do something right today.
Yeah, when you're swinging well, obviously target looks as big as a barn, but on days like today, everything looks difficult.
Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Good putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side. This, she is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, Tiger won here 4 times in a row from 2000 to 2003, and in all, he's won it 8 times. Why is his game so well suited to Bay Hill?
Bay Hill just suits somebody that can fly the ball through the air and land it soft, because these greens get very, very firm. And obviously they get slick, so you've got to be a great fast green putter. If you're long, that certainly helps. That sounds like the MO of a certain Tiger Woods.
Pulverize that golf ball.
I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up, get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That will be a great look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold. Very bold.
Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, floats off on either side.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Wow, Frank, look at that one. How it just blistered that tee shot.
Yeah, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was heading for that quick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. And I guess you're allowed that in this game.
That is how you jumpstart a round with an eagle. At the par 4 13th now, this is a hole, Frank, that requires some smart club selection. What are the options here?
Yeah, very sneaky par 4. That bunker on the right is 250 yards or so off the tee. So you've either got a choice to play short of that or sneak it down the end, which is about 300 yards. But if you try and be bold here and miss the fairway, that second shot,
Par 4 13, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's what you want to do.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Settles in over the putt.
Well, it was a tricky one, but it's in.
We're here at the 15th now, and a big dog-leg right on this one. Frank, what's the best route to take to shoot the low number?
You've got to look at that run out down the left side, which is about 320 yards. If you can stay short of that, then that gives you a perfect shot into this green. Just smokes it.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Just 5 feet left. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there, takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold your breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. She's ended up on the fairway and with such a good lie. So many more options available now. Second shot, good look at the green. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Count that for eagle. Frank, par 3 17th here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Getting set now over the putt.
Really solid stroke.
Frank, how'd you like to be a rookie? You're going up against, at the time, the greatest player in the game, the great white shark, Greg Norman, and you hole a 7-iron to win a tournament?
Well, all you had to do was look at the expression on Norman's face as that ball landed and went in.
What did he hit there?
7-iron.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Well, Frank, I just love this second shot here at 18. We've seen it so many times. We've seen some great moments, and we've seen some very unfortunate ones as well.
It scares the living daylights out of even the best players in the world. Very skinny entry to this crescent-shaped green on the left side. But if you go down the left, there's those two bunkers that sort of stop you going too far left. If you go straight at it, there's another bunker towards the right. This is so much about, are you swinging good? Do you have the shot? Now I've got to find out.
Has it. Good punt right there.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Oh, I love this. She's winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball.
Smoked that one.
Excellent opening tee shot right in the fairway. Second shot, good look at the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet.
Great start.
Back to the action here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Second hole, it is a pretty demanding par 3, Frank.
Goal really is to just carry that front bunker or sneak it a little right of that and try and cheat it around.
That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Par 4 third here at Bay Hill. This is a hole where you do not want to miss left. 434 yards and plenty of water.
Don't look left. Don't hit it left. Don't play left. Don't go left.
She's ended up on the fairway and with such a good lie. So many more options available now. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. It is the house that Arnold built, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Arnold's summer home is actually in western Pennsylvania, Latrobe Country Club. That's where he grew up. He came to Central Florida in the 1970s and fell in love with this piece of ground. He bought it, and he's grown it ever since, and now it is host to one of the premier stops on the PGA Tour. Big, strong golf course. You have to really be a good ball striker and generally one of the longer hitters to be successful around here.
The ball just took off the face.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round tonight.
Fifth hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea.
This is a good-looking shot. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. This one just requires a little bit of focus. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. On to the par 5 6th hole. This is one of the signature holes here at Bay Hill. Frank, what does it take to stay out of trouble on this hole?
Well, I always thought horseshoes were lucky. The 6th hole shaped like a horseshoe was anything other than that. You fear a little left and big problems.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And setting up here in the rough. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Frank, I thought that was in. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. She needs this for her par.
No, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Breathing a sigh of relief. You made it through the par 5 without getting wet. Now you're at this par 3 7th, Frank.
You've got to guarantee a carry at least 7 or 8 yards onto this green because that's where that bunker is on that right. It cuts in 7 yards.
How about that? Every green in regulation. Excellent ball striking today.
Second shot.
So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching 2 tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Now at the 8th, and Frank, this really is a clever design, fun hole to play.
Very pretty hole. That bunker down the left, just over 300 yards. Ideally, you just work it off that bunker.
Pulverize that golf ball.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hitter.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Shouldn't be a problem here. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Just a perfect springtime day here in Orlando, Florida. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, how do you get off to the perfect start on the second 9 here?
One of the few holes here that actually moves to the right, so a little cut off those two bunkers. Either that, or if you can fly the ball 280, 285, you can take it over the right, or just an iron.
This one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, the second shot here at number 11, another good-looking shot, not unlike the third hole with water along the left. What's the right way to play this?
Obviously, you'd like to walk off 11 with 3, but 4 here never really hurts the scorecard. This is one hole you sort of play with an orange light feeling. A little right of the flag, that's absolutely fine.
So a tester from 4 feet. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Frank, 574-yard par 5 scoring opportunity here.
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. And now the second shot here at this par 5. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Has it. Good putt right there. Can't ask for much more. Right in the fairway here at 13. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one. Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, now to the 14th of par 3, and how difficult is this hole?
Once again, very narrow entry into the green, so ideally you want to fly the ball a little higher than normal, make it soft, make it land a little softer.
And this is looking really good. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Drops for a birdie. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run.
Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Gave that the full treatment. Get up. What a drive. Just tattooed that. Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Back on the tee here at the 16th. Frank, lay it out for us. What's ahead on this hole?
Well, even though there's two bunkers, one on the left and one on the right, it's the shortest of the 4 par 5s. You can almost take those out of play and have just a mid-iron, but you don't know what's coming up. Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, one of the real privileges of broadcasting at Bay Hill is when we get a visit to the booth by the king himself, Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, he has so many stories. I love when he talks about the way in which his father, Deacon Palmer, first taught him how to grip a golf club. He said he put his hands on the club and he said, "Son, don't let them ever move, and you'll play golf forever and a day."
Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Just making a mockery of the field now. Another eagle.
Frank, par 3 17. Daunting shot. What are you thinking as you step onto this tee?
Just make 3. 2 is a huge bonus. Take 3 in a heartbeat.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
And getting ready for the putt. In the hole for birdie. Frank, a chance now to make an imprint here at one of the famous courses on tour, Bay Hill, the final hole. This is where Tiger has done it so many times, where Gomez pulled out. What a great hole.
Well, the last hole of a great 3-hole stretch. If you've got through 16, somehow got through 17, you've still got one more hurdle.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Frank, this is the moment of truth. in so many rounds here at Bay Hill, the second at 18.
The best way to put it is it's the most rewarding second shot you'll get on Bay Hill relative to the rest of the people playing.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there, the easiest of birdies coming up.
Continues to roll it very well all day long. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.